Hey, what is going on, guys, gals, aliens, and degenerate crypto enthusiasts? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the second stream of the day on this fine Monday. Hope you guys are feeling well. And let's see who's in here. Make yourselves known. Make sure you guys are making yourselves known in the chat. Let's see some emojis. Let's see a bullish chat. I want to see a bullish chat. Let's go. Let's see it. I want to see who's in here. Welcome everyone. What is going on? We are happy to be streaming tonight. It's been a little bit since we've done a 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live stream. We've been staying pretty consistent with our 11:30 a.m. live stream, and we're just happy if you are able to make it to this one. Welcome. We're going to get into what is the key to true financial freedom. And it's a combination of things that I think can lead you to ultimately your own personal financial freedom, because it is all relative into what is financial freedom for you and what is freedom for you. Like, what is something that is going to give you that sense of freedom, whether it be the type of lifestyle that you're living, or maybe cutting back some of the work, or changing up the way that you work, or the way that you earn money. Whatever is going to make you feel that sense of freedom. And I think part of it might be starting to really analyze your finances. Analyze what kind of job you're doing, or how you're saving for the future, investing for the future, how even trying to save your money, what that money is going to be worth in 10 years if you're just saving it. You have to start thinking about those things. We were told for years that you need to save your money. Just, save it for a rainy day. Of course, you need an emergency fund, but, we were taught for years to just save instead of actually investing our money, or actually taking something, a bit of that risk. So we're going to go into how Bitcoin can be something that is the key to financial freedom. We're going to try and zoom out, and we're going to not analyze too much the short-term bearish price action, but we're going to look more so to past previous data and analyze that, so then we can get to a point where we can look at Bitcoin in just a more zoomed out perspective, to where you can start thinking about it as a protection of the value of your dollar, the value of your hard-earned work, all the work that you're doing to earn your cash, whatever you're doing. How are you going to be able to protect it? Because we know that that's maybe that same $10,000 that you made, say, 5 years ago, is going to probably now the same $10,000, whatever you could buy 4 years ago, you're probably going to get half of the goods and services with that same $10,000 right now. So how are you going to protect yourself against that? Well, we have the stock market, but we know that traditionally the stock market on average is going to give you about 10% a year. And so then, okay, if the dollar is inflating at almost close to 10% in the year, with goods and services going up a lot, what do we do? Well, we know that Bitcoin has been going up historically about 60% to 70% a year, with some years having 150%. So that might be the answer. So we're going to get into that, guys. Thanks for coming into today's live stream. We want to encourage you guys to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, ding the bell, all those things. And also make sure you guys are popping into the Discord. We got all the links in the description. And make sure you guys, once you get into the Discord, you just go to the verify section. And the only thing that we ask you guys to do is to sign up with our 3 main affiliate links, and this will get you full verified access into the Discord. So we already kind of like verified all the people that were already in here, so you kind of grandfathered in. But we do ask you guys, if you're green and you haven't signed up with these links yet and started to trade, we just kindly ask you to do so. But obviously, you don't have to. But if you're going to come in to the Discord as a new person, then just go through the verified section. And we're going to just kind of run through some of the highlights of today, some of the tweets that we liked. We're going to go through that first, and then we will analyze the Bitcoin price at where it's at currently. Right now the price is sitting at $92,400. And so we hit up and started to spike up. We were trying to get close to that 90. I think we broke to 95, and then we got rejected. And so we're going to see where we're going, because we had two different liquidation levels that were hit. We went as low as 91,000. And so are we trying to test back into that again as a fake out move, because we just had that test wick up to let me see, where did that happen? Let's see, that was on the 15-minute. Yeah, we had this test wick up here today this is today. We went up 95 and then just did a big swoop. Look at this. Just went zoom, just went right, zoop. And now we're starting to, it looks like we could be bouncing and trying to hit that level again, this 91,000. Really, really interesting what's happening with Bitcoin. So we just have to be watching these levels. But let's go through some of the targets. The target for the bounce, though, would be 110,000 as the next target. That's the same level that we were calling. If you remember, we were doing RTA and we said, look, I think the next level that we could look for would be this right here. We had it marked about 111, 110,000 would be the next level that we could bounce, or that we would bounce to. And as long as we can really hold on here, these are the two levels that I'm looking at. If we don't hold, if we break down, then I would look between 88,000 and 86 as the levels that we could potentially start bouncing from. So this is how I have this marked. I think, this could potentially play out as a bearish bounce, but it's also bullish at the same time, because if you're just looking and, if you're zooming out, which we're going to use on this chart here to do the more zoomed out perspective, this is actually where we're headed, guys. We're headed like up here. This is the stopping point, is basically in here, because if you go and just from here draw all the different volatility to the top, you take this, and we're going to say, okay, that was in March. Maybe we'll just do it from, we could do it from here too. Let's do it from here. Let's draw it from here. We're going to do it same date right here. Woo. Don't crash. What just happened? Oh my gosh. Thought I was just about to crash. Oh man, is that what that might be? That, hold on, guys, I have some investigating to do. Okay, I think I know what's been crashing my computer now. I think I know what it is. All right, well, that's at least a good thing. Okay, I think it might be my graphics card. It might be my graphics card driver or something like that needs to be updated or reinstalled or something. I think that might actually be what's crashing it. Man, this whole time. Holy moly. Okay. All right, so let's draw this. Let's draw this. Let me redo this. Let me redo this real quick. Okay, because this would be really cool to see. Just go up, and then I want to bring this here. And where's our December? It's like could be it could be doing something like that, but let's put it on December. Let's put it on, yep, December right there. Then you can go as far as like, okay, maybe we could even bring it right here. But I'm going to put it right here. Right on December. This is what we could be dealing with right now. But look at this. Also, look, December. Look at December right here. Look at, and then look at this. Could also do one of these. Could also do one of these. This is what's so interesting, guys, is that this is the potential of where we could be heading of the halving year. Because this is I mean, you think like in 2026 could be at $1 million per coin. That's funny. I haven't downloaded the DLC yet. Is it any good? The download. I don't have any. I have some DLC for my channel. We're gonna have some DLC for my channel. We're actually gonna have a crypto course. We've been working on a beginner's crypto course, and we're gonna give you guys a little sampler of the website. But this is just being very, I know this is being bullish. I know this is just, I'm only taking from previous bull market, bull run, banana zones. I'm just drawing from those levels. I'm drawing from these particular levels. I'm drinking water. I'm drinking water. Just good old water. I drank a lot of coffee today, so I need to just drink a bunch of water. Bunch of coffees was sipped today. Yeah, I mean I know this is like mega bullish. I mean, you're like, what? $1,300,000, $1.3 million per coin in 2026. Hey, I think anything is possible. But I think one of the more bullish cases is we can do something like this, or more conservative cases as we do this. We go up to about 400,000. Yeah, that's funny. Said not Julie said, don't slip on any bananas. That's how I lost first place on the Rainbow Road. Yeah, shout out to all the Mario Kart players. and one of the most fun Mario Kart tracks to race on. Those damn shells. All right, so I know this. I know this is just mega boring for you guys to analyze the Bitcoin chart on a long-term time frame, but this is what will help you see where the price is heading. It's an easy target to look at. All you got to do is have some patience, accumulate stack sats, and at 92K, if you can wait 6 months to a year, we're going to be sitting at $500,000 per Bitcoin. And you're going to miss an opportunity to just buy the top cryptocurrency asset at this point. And that is a 300% move. 300%. That's 300%. So if you're stacking sats and you're DCAing, that's a good return. Like I said in the beginning, the stock market is 10%. The stock market is 10% on average if you're lucky, and you're not getting things like altcoin moves. You're not getting moves like this. I mean, this was, we've had days. This isn't so bad, like 2%, 5%. But we've had altcoin days where it's just been just absolute carnage, like absolute destruction, where it's just been like 15, 25, 30% down. Some of the meme coins that were up a lot, just getting nuked 60%. So yeah, and so getting a return on Bitcoin by just having some patience, we can really do well. We could do really, really well. Not Julie is asking, are you only streaming on Twitch? No, I'm streaming on YouTube, X, Twitch, and Facebook. And let's see how many people are watching. I don't even know if it's working. Is it working? I apparently just have a green screen right now. Let me refresh this. Hold on. What is going on? Okay. All right, so no one's watching on Facebook, obviously. Do I have a Rumble page? No, but I've thought about getting a Rumble page. That's funny you mentioned that. I've actually thought about it. I should have a Rumble page. I should be posting specific Rumble content. YouTube has jacked me around a lot, and I feel like it's like I'm getting abused by a bad girlfriend or something like that, and I keep coming back. I might need to break up with YouTube. go start dating Rumble. All right, so there was some things that we reposted on our account that we wanted to make note of. So let's go ahead and do that before we break into the red light district, which is the memes. We're going to analyze the memes, check out the charts. We're going to look at Pepe. One of the posts that we wanted to repost was a Pepe post, and also some TA guys mentioning about some similar things that happened in a previous run on Pepe, where we had a breakdown and consolidation of the chart, it getting kind of like a bear sell-off, and then having a really nice bounce, and from that bounce, it just soared. So it's looking like it's going to be having a very similar setup. And then if you're looking at this, this is from CryptoCon. This so far small correction after reaching 100K is your barrier to entry to the rest of the Bitcoin bull run, because essentially from these points, if you're looking at January, if you're looking at January 2013, 2017, and then December 2020, and then from this point in December right now, where we're getting into a point where going into this next year in January, we are technically sitting at a point where we are going to have one of the biggest run-ups. And then look at what's so interesting about, I think this might be measuring the RSI on the bottom, possibly, or I'm not exactly sure what it's tracking on the bottom. Maybe it might be a moving average, but possible that, I don't know if that's RSI or not. But if you're looking at the price boxes of the cycle ranges of how high it went, and then the consolidation, cycle mid tops, and then we have the technical cycle lows down right here, down here, down here. Got one right there, and then we're establishing. They're marking 2 on each one right here, right here. We had one right here, and then we had a substantial one right here. And so we're moving into this range where we can start getting into a $150,000 to $250,000 Bitcoin. But I think from this range, though, if you're going to measure it of how far it went from here to here, and also from here to here, then that's where I think we could hit that $400,000 range, $350,000, $400,000 range for Bitcoin. It would looking pretty sweet. All right, so this is how I look when I'm looking at my phone making Pepe Grok memes or Pepe Grok images. Me making awesome original memes instantly with Grok. Love it. I don't know if you guys used this feature yet. Have you used this feature yet? It's really fun. All right, so I think the bird flu and that whole thing might be the next PSYOP, and so we had to post this. I don't care about this particular PSYOP, honestly. That's a good one. And then we had to repost another Pepe from the official Pepe account. It said, Merry Chrysler. Love the Chrysler 300s. Those cars are awesome. And of course, when you think AI is brilliant and just genius, it produces images like this, and you're like what? Like, what is this? It's really good though. Pepe and a Chrysler. I'd be fine with getting a Chrysler. Fine with getting a Chrysler 300. It's actually a very, very, very comfy car. Very cozy car. Is it a baller on a budget car? The Chrysler 300? I love the baller on a budget. All right, so this is when the Bitcoin downtrend ends, this is what it's going to be like. I don't know what they use, but whatever it is, it's cool. Doesn't even look real. It's crazy. I don't know what those things are. It's pretty wild. All right, so we have this 2-minute clip. We're going to listen to Max Keiser. Max Keiser, this is a Sputnik moment where nations around the world are racing to accumulate Bitcoin. This entire global economy is being rebuilt on top of Bitcoin, which is the perfect money. So let's see what
fulfills the promise that. Sure, well, thanks for having me on. Nice seeing you. So Bitcoin fulfills the promise that humanity has been searching for ever since the beginning of time, and that is perfect money. And perfect money allows humans to travel through time and space effortlessly and to achieve their full potential. And for many years, we used various pebbles and stones, and then gold was popular for thousands of years. And then in 2009, Bitcoin came along, and it fulfilled this promise. It is effectively perfect money. And now what we're seeing is the realization that Bitcoin, when you compare it to other stores of value, like fiat money or property or fine art or any kind of store of value, even the stock market or the bond market, is superior. And so now we're seeing trillions of dollars leave these other stores of value and find their way into Bitcoin. And what's interesting right now is that we've entered into really a new Sputnik moment, because various nations are scrambling to build up the biggest Bitcoin stock that they possibly can, because nations are beginning to understand that this is the new prima franca of the 21st century. The entire global economy is being rebuilt on top of Bitcoin, which is really perfect money. So in the case of Russia and the recent comments coming out of the Kremlin, they seem to be now ready to enter the space race or the global Bitcoin race. The United States has said under the new administration, Donald Trump, that they want to buy 1 million Bitcoin. You have Cynthia Lummis, who's a senator in Wyoming, saying they want to sell their gold, 8,000 tons of gold, and buy Bitcoin. You have other countries making that decision. We want to buy Bitcoin. Various states in the United States are choosing to buy Bitcoin and hold Bitcoin. And so this is really going to define the economy in the 21st century. And because at the end of the day, when you have something like Bitcoin that's better than anything else as a store of value, the market will recognize this, and you start to see people sell off other assets and move into Bitcoin.
Yeah, so let me know, guys. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? And that's actually what we are kind of foreseeing as well, is that all of this wealth and this money that's been kind of sitting on the sidelines, like it's kind of like waiting. It's like, okay, what are we going to do for the next 20 years, 50 years? And if they're smart and they have financial advisors, those financial advisors are hopefully most likely going to be encouraging them to be putting some portion, or maybe more than just portions, like big chunks into Bitcoin, and then everything else kind of underlying under Bitcoin. Who knows what it's going to be, because they are going to go into Bitcoin, but then we do know that there's this whole altcoin market. There's all of these different, opportunities. There's one that we actually are starting to dive into a little bit now. Is actually we met these guys at Abu Dhabi at the Bitcoin conference in MENA, and it's the Prosper token. So we've been talking about the Bitcoin DeFi stuff, or also just companies that are decentralized autonomous organizations and have DAOs and actually mining Bitcoin. So then they're producing hash rate and buying miners, and then using the power of the token and having the token as a DAO to then generate more mining and more hash rate to get more Bitcoin, and then using the Bitcoin as the collateral for then propping up their token. So like there's so many options, so many things now that can be done in terms of generating hash rate and also having a token in an ecosystem built around that. And it's really, really cool. And so, and we talked to someone from that project, and it seems like something very, very promising. And it just shows that there's so much that can be done with Bitcoin. And also, if you're a protocol that is wanting to actually use the token and the ecosystem and the DAO for producing Bitcoin and hash, you can do so. And so it's like when you're investing in this token and they're actually producing Bitcoin, it's almost kind of like how MicroStrategy is investing in this Bitcoin, and it's making it to where when people are investing in the MicroStrategy stock, they're kind of investing it as in almost like a Bitcoin ETF. And so if Bitcoin is successful, and we're seeing the success of the supply and demand mechanism and the hash rate continuing to go up, and the actual strategic reserves being implemented, like what Max Kaiser was just mentioning about Senator Loomis, and just more than that, actually all of these things being implemented, then things and companies that are investing in ASIC miners to mine Bitcoin and produce hash, and then have their token linked to it, then the token price could potentially go up substantially. So we saw, I guess, and with this particular token, during some of the bull run points, which was in actually September, which was one of the peaks of the altcoins, and then also in April's when we saw some of the tops. We saw the top right here, and this is when we had the double top in the last cycle, and this coin did really well. So that was when Bitcoin was pumped, was obviously pumping to new all-time highs. So maybe we're seeing kind of a lagging of this altcoin coming back up here. Once we start passing up back to 100K again, what are we going to see with this particular token? Who knows? But yeah, we're there's other things too. Their Core was there. We talked to Core. I know that's been a big player recently with staking, with Bitcoin staking. I know you can actually stake the Prosper token, but you can also I think stake Core and then also stake your Bitcoin on Core. But like we've said before, a lot of this stuff is very risky. It doesn't mean there's no risk when it comes to having someone custodian your Bitcoin. You're staking your Bitcoin. So I wouldn't say like take all your Bitcoin and stake it on these platforms. You just want to like test it out and maybe just use like little portions. You don't want to use it all. It's definitely part of the rule and the strategies. You don't want to do any eggs, all of your eggs in one particular basket. You want to have it diversified. That is always the best route to go. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for popping in tonight. We're just going to stream for just a little bit longer, maybe like 10 or 15 minutes longer. We do appreciate you coming in. And we're going to show you guys what's happening currently with the trades. We're hoping possibly because of the nature of the index price right now on Bitcoin being at 92.3 and our entry price on this particular Bitcoin long was at 94, we might try and get a little, we'd love to size in a little bit more on this trade for this particular Bitcoin entry because it is actually looking really nice. I think I'm pretty confident that we could bounce from here and not go into 91K again or break not 91 and then go into those particular levels that we were saying. That $88,000 level would be the level that I would be watching if we did break bearish going to those levels. But I think, it's the start of the week. It was just Monday. So let's see if we can get some buying with the ETFs, with Bitcoin, with the inflows, because we've had some more selling pressure. You can see red across the board here, a lot of red here, but BlackRock, it still had more buying pressure than all of the other issuers, Fidelity, but Bitwise, ARK, Invesco, Franklin, Valkyrie, Van Eck, Grayscale, and you can see Grayscale had been the biggest seller, been offloading for a while, but not enough to where it couldn't equal out or go into the negative with the buying pressure of BlackRock. But now we've actually seen, with actually some more of the selling pressure recently this week, that we've had, see here for the 27th, see here for the 24th, selling, but then here buying, but mostly selling last week, which is why I think it's a big reason why the Bitcoin price is down to begin with. All right, so let's keep going down the list. Check this out. Bitcoin groceries in Costa Rica buying groceries in Bitcoin or in Bitcoin in Costa Rica. Can't even talk. This is great.
Yeah, actually, I have zero cash right now. So, perfecto.
Awesome. Love it. All right, so this is Senator Cynthia Loomis proposing the U.S. Strategic Bitcoin Reserve funded without new money. So let's check this out.
The other thing is the proposal that I have and that President Trump has discussed about a strategic Bitcoin reserve or strategic Bitcoin stockpile where the United States would acquire and hold Bitcoin for 20 years. Because of the way that Bitcoin has been appreciating since inception, this would be an asset that could help shore up the US dollar as the world reserve currency and serve as a reserve that could be used to reduce the national debt significantly. You know, the American people are still hurting from inflation, from high prices, and they want the national debt reduced. These are ways to do it with an asset that is immutable, can easily be held by the federal government in a variety of vaults, and that states can participate in as well. So this is the gold standard digital asset, and a strategic Bitcoin reserve is the way to embed it.
You know, we got off the gold standard a long time ago. My question is how much you would spend tax dollars at a time where we're talking about trying to reduce costs. How much would you spend on Bitcoin as part of this reserve?
We wouldn't have to spend any new dollars. We have reserves at our 12 Federal Reserve banks, including gold certificates that could be converted to current fair market value. They're held at their 1970s value on the books, and then sell them into Bitcoin. That way, we wouldn't have to use any new dollars.
This is wild, guys. Do you understand that when they do this, when they actually do this, that is going to flip the correlation of the Dixie, which has always been inversely correlated. If the dollar is strong, Bitcoin kind of goes down. And then if we have a weak dollar, Bitcoin kind of historically has gone up. But what if that the dollar gets super strong because they're converting these certificates and then actually they're converting, you know, a lot of these different bonds and then actually going into fiat to then buy Bitcoin. So then what it does is it actually strengthens the dollar because people are going into cash, selling off what they have and then going into Bitcoin, because I don't know if there's any other way to actually convert it, because they're talking about these gold certificates. It would have to be converted into cash, right? Wouldn't it have to be converted into cash, and then have to use that cash to then go into Bitcoin, right? Holy moly. Okay, am I still back? Am I back? So, but the second time my computer has almost tried to rug me again. Well, now that I know what the problem is, right when I'm done with this live stream, oh man, I'm on it. I think it's my graphics card. I think it's totally my graphics card has been crashing my computer. So we're gonna have to do a deep dive. We're gonna have to do some digging. But that could be the culprit. That actually could be the culprit. So it's a good thing that I figured it out, because I've been wondering, like, what the heck has been making my computer run like a piece of absolute hot, steaming pile of garbage. I think that's what it is. Okay. So, don't know if there's anything else I want to cover. There was this article. This was this month by CoinDesk. Bitcoin is leaving exchanges in batches of $10 million or more. So there's some really interesting metrics that are happening right now that Bitcoin is actually leaving exchanges, that which is going to create a supply crunch. So we've been talking about this. So this is why I think it really is important to be accumulating Bitcoin like crazy right now, because there is going to be such a major supply crunch that happens, because there's not going to be enough Bitcoin to go around on the actual exchanges. Not to mention the over-the-counter, the OTC deals that are happening with these particular big institutions. Like it's going to be Bitcoin basically is going to be offered at a premium. So that's just how you have to look at it. Bitcoin will then enact its thing that it does as its supply and demand mechanism with the coding of the Bitcoin halving, with the rewards being halved. All of this goes into how Bitcoin actually appreciates in price, because there's this thing that happens. It's this game code that is inevitably in the price discovery of Bitcoin. People are wanting to have the thing go up, obviously, in price, because one person is willing to sell it for a higher price to another, and then that perpetuates the actual buying and selling. But then also there is the mining, there's the proof of work. So there actually has to be work done to then get the Bitcoin and mine the Bitcoin, to then there's actually Bitcoin that is out in open in the circulating supply in the world. And then so once that circulating supply is actually out, then we know, okay, here's how many actual Bitcoins are out there in the supply. Here's where the Bitcoin that's actually completely gone forever, that can't even be accessed. So there's really only this certain amount of Bitcoin ever that can exist on the planet. And then you have nation states saying that they are going to be adding this as their strategic reserve. Okay? And then you have exchanges that are just selling it on the open market to anyone if they want to buy it currently right now. Do you understand the opportunity that we are having right now to be buying this thing at the price that it's at because of what is happening? This hasn't been a sentiment before. Bitcoin was being banned in China. Bitcoin was bad for the environment. Bitcoin was this. Bitcoin was going to zero. Bitcoin's been going to zero since its inception, but now it has been surpassed over 100K. So now that FUD and all those things that have been on Bitcoin's journey has now led us to now the United States saying that they are going to implement this thing on a strategic reserve to get us out of debt. This is going to send this freaking thing to $1 million per coin, and possibly even infinitely up from that point on with the supply and demand of this thing. It's going to be crazy. So right now at $92,000, this is an insane price point and opportunity to think about for the next 10 years. This is how you have to think about it. The next 10 years, not the next year, not the next 3 years. I'm talking 10 years down the line, how you're going to be able to actually retire your entire bloodline, because this thing is going to be worth millions of dollars per coin. And if you're able to accumulate 1 to 2 Bitcoin, or even a half a Bitcoin, at the point where the thing is worth millions of dollars per coin, and you've already at this point, and protocols and all these different things you can access liquidity with being able to even have Bitcoin, this is where things are going to be so revolutionary in your own life. You're going to have a renaissance moment where you're going to go, wow, it's not just about the price anymore. It's about what I can do with the Bitcoin to then get money when I need it. If you have a business, if you need liquidity, if you want to move things around, you'll be able to actually use your Bitcoin to do those things. So that's where we're actually headed. It's not about buying or selling the Bitcoin. All right, there was a couple more tweets that we wanted to show you guys real quick. Where did they go? Was it right here? Or was it here? Oh yes, this is a thread of the top crypto moments of 2024. So let me know if you guys agree. And make sure you guys are hitting the like button before we end this thing. All right, so so if you guys remember this, a 12-year-old kid, Rugs Quant, live on stream for $20,000, and 15. Let's see, crypto CT sends it to. Oh yeah, and then crypto Twitter sends it to $85 million market cap to prove a lesson. And then we have Slurf. I remember this. Slurf raises $10 million, but accidentally burns all the pre-sale investors' money at launch, propelling the coin to a $660 million market cap in a single day. Ridiculous. And then Ramsey ETH was pretending to be not Thread Guy, just pretending to be Thread Guy at BTC Nashville. And it worked. And then we have Iggy Azalea launched Mother, igniting the celebrity launch meta. This is 625 this year. Choose Rich. This is who you're trading against. Tweet goes viral. Jeez, 14 million impressions. That's not bad. All right. Mark Andreessen sends $50,000 of a research grant to Andy and the Truth Terminal, which launched the GOAT token, the GOAT Zeus Maximus, and ignites AI agent meta. So that happened. Then you got the Hulk Hogan launches the Hulk token and rugs it, deletes all his tweets, and then claims he was hacked. That's usually the case when all these tokens, the celebrity tokens, they launch a token, they rug it, and then they say, "Oh, my Twitter got hacked. I didn't have a 2FA, two-factor authentication enabled. My phone, SIM hack, blah blah blah." And I'm like, I always call bullshit on that. I never believe it. And then you have this one is infamous. That Haley Welch launches the Hawk to a meme coin Hawk, which reaches an all-time high of 550 million and then declines over 90 to 95% within hours. And then we had the launch of Cobra Tate's, Cobra Tate launches Daddy, which hits 290 million market cap. And then they burnt 110 million worth of tokens. Let me know, guys. Did you guys ever invest in the Daddy token or the Mother token? Have you invested in any of the celebrity tokens at all? All right, so Ansem fights Barney the Boy. All right, but yeah, I was watching clips of this fight. I remember this, but I think obviously the Ansem fight with BitBoy was way better. But yeah, PopCat becomes the first cat to hit 1 billion. Pretty amazing achievement. And then we had Pepe hits 11 billion market cap, gets listed on Coinbase and Robinhood. So that was a big achievement for the Pepe community, the Pepe holders, and the Pepe token, the Pepe ERC20 token. Then we had Chill Guy token hit 660 million market cap in a week after becoming the most viral meme of 2024. Pretty crazy. And then we had Thread Guy at the NFT gala dinner asking the question to Trump. What else? Let's see. Hyperliquid becomes one of the most valuable airdrops ever. Crazy. Boom raises a pre-sale, hits 1 billion market cap in less than 2 days after launch, propelling a pre-sale meta. Pretty decent events. But I would say maybe the best, I think the top moment was the BitBoy inhaler. The BitBoy inhaler moment.
This is nothing. $2,600
Oh,
is
Ben.
nothing. But
Breathe, baby, breathe.
yeah, it's more money than this. This is nothing. $2,600
Oh,
is
Ben.
nothing. But
Breathe,
Like
baby,
he's about
breathe.
to, like he look like he's
Yeah,
about
more money than this.
to die. It was not good. Like they were gassed. They were so gassed that he had the gas mask, the inhaler, just everything. That is exactly how your portfolio looks on a bearish day, on a red day. Bitcoin dumping. That is exactly what your portfolio looks like and feels like. BitBoy after a boxing match with the inhaler. It's too good. Man. All right, guys. Well, we appreciate you coming in tonight. Thank you so much for checking out today's live stream. Hope you're able to analyze Bitcoin zoomed out. You have to look at it zoomed out. That's the best way to do it. You can trade the short-term price action for sure, but if you're wanting to look for the actual gains, the true gains, it is going to take some patience. You can risk on new projects 100%. You can do all of those things. But we have now really learned over time that the best strategy is the long play. It really is the long play. And being able to really wait for the true gains that are going to be coming down the road with crypto. Because think about it, if you were to have felt that same feeling down here at $800 a Bitcoin or $1,000 a Bitcoin in 2017, and you believed in it enough to be like, I'm going to hold this thing for the next 4 years. Well, 17, 18, 19, 20. You hold it for up until, into 2020. And then wow, all of a sudden this thing is $10,000, $11,000. And you manage to actually hold it with conviction right here and gain a 1,300% move to the upside. You'd probably then gain even more conviction to then hold it for the next 4 years. So that's kind of where we're at. We're like, if we can just gain enough conviction that we can believe in it enough, especially by looking at this chart. That somewhere over the rainbow, we're going to be at $1 million per Bitcoin. Then $92,000 is cheap. $92,000 is very cheap. And that's how you have to look at it. Very, very zoomed out, my friends. All right, with that being said, we'll see you tomorrow on the 11:30 Eastern Standard Time live stream. And will be New Year's Eve, so we will build a nice live stream for you guys, and we will try and get some of the best highlights and some of the best things, kind of like we just did, like with that nice thread tweet. We'll check out, I think, some of the best things that 2024 had to offer in terms of the meme coins and some of the things that we were led into that we are now going to really then focus on more so in this next year and really try and build up some more momentum and honestly and research on some of these sectors in crypto, because there's so many opportunities when it comes to AI, gaming, memes, creating your own companies and certain things that are just the sky is the limit. There's so many opportunities out there, guys. So yeah, I'm just ready to hit the ground running, and we just really appreciate you guys coming to this live stream and just analyzing these markets with me. And we appreciate the support. Make sure you guys are checking out all the links in the description, and we will see you tomorrow. Peace out.